You see that stack of bills or not? All right, Mobile Livescope version 2. Let's go build it.
My egg covered.
Daddy, blue?
Yeah.
Version 1 was good. It was a little bit heavy. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter this time. Start off with backpack frame. So this backpack frame's aluminum. It did come with this waistband. I just removed it. It's a really light frame. I'd say about 3 pounds. 10-inch all-purpose tote. The reason I went with the 10 inches, the GLS 10 is 9.5 inches, so it should fit right in here. Now the battery, I downsized it. Last time I was using 100 amp hour 12.8 battery. This weighs about 7 to 8 pounds, 23.4 amp hours. Pretty neat. It has a percentage gauge and a voltage gauge. Hopefully this stuff lasts. And she goes right in there. So it looks like we're gonna have some room for some wiring, hopefully. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this kill switch yet. The only place I can even think about putting it is somewhere on the outside. I did get a new Ultra Series 6-foot power cord from Garmin. I made sure I got the original one. And another power cord for the GLS 10 black box. This is an extra cradle I ordered a couple years ago just to have a spare cradle in case any of the pins in here messed up or any of the plugs in the back. It looks like the holes aren't gonna line up too good. Assorted bolts, I think these are 1.5 to 2.5. Nylon lock nuts and just regular washers. And on the first Mobile Livescope I made, it had wheels on the bottom and it kind of got in the way when I was like pulling it anywhere, so I'm thinking I could just wear this on my back and hopefully use the top of this as a handle and also like latch this onto any kind of rails. And I'm trying to mount the cradle in a spot where the screen doesn't interfere too much with this box and it doesn't get in the way of the handle. So I think somewhere around here is about right. Hot. So we got a good amount of overhang. I think it's gonna be a little bit safer so the aluminum doesn't rip after we drill a hole right around there. What? What, you want to take one? Which one?
So this front end.
All right, we're back. Had to take a little bit of a break before we started on the wiring. I'm trying to get this battery mounted. This big old zip tie. Looks like I should make the hole pretty low, about right here. These terminals ended up being a little bit too small. That's sort of the plan. Try to get the wires to come out of the bottom. Block washers fit exactly on those terminals. Alright, we're gonna try and put 3 of these plates back in, but not the bottom one. We are using 10 gauge wire, but we're also going to be cutting off the negative side of the circuit. That way I don't got to do any kind of weird stuff with the positive and the fuses. They come with the Garmin stuff. I didn't show you this part, but the zip tie for the battery only goes through 1 layer. So I can still use these pockets back here just in case. On GLS 10 cable, comes with a 2-piece threaded collar. And you can't forget this O-ring. And you don't need these wires, the brown and blue, but just cut them at different lengths and just fold them back and tape it. I'm gonna put both powers into one of these yellow ones, but if you crimp it onto this old solder, you might miss one of them. So I'm just gonna cut it off. And I don't think this is gonna shrink all the way, but we'll try it. Same thing with the grounds. Probably gonna wrap some tape around here to fatten up the wires a little bit. And this is the ground wire coming from the other side of the switch. Alright, just make sure the switch is off. Don't want to break this. O-ring, yep. Alright, we're going to be running the 126 SV up here. Not the most portable graph, but it's the graph that I have. Turn it on, power it up. So something I'm missing right now is the network cable. I did order one that's coming in today. I ordered the Ice Kit one that goes with the shuttle, so I think it's only about 18 inches long, I believe. Looks like we're getting really good power to it, 13.5. Down here it says the battery's at 13.4. All right, we're gonna do a real world test, see if this thing goes on my back. It actually feels way lighter than the other one. Oh yeah. Between 20 and 30 pounds. And on charging it, just kill the battery. It's already set to lithium. Yeah, I don't know if this gauge is gonna be very accurate, but it's already back at 96%, 97%. I'm gonna slap another pole together. So about a year ago, I did take some measurements out there. Some measurements. The water to the first pole, 42. To the top pole, 62. Probably gonna go all the way to about 75 this time. That way we get at least a foot into the water. 1-inch PVC. And this is gonna be 1/2-inch PVC with the little quick adapter on there. 3/4 PVC doesn't fit inside 1-inch PVC. With a grinder so it doesn't get stuck so easy. And left a little bit of gaps so it doesn't have so much friction. Alright, down at this end we're going to use 1/2-inch. It's going to be a conversion piece. It goes onto the 1/2-inch conduit. The outside of this is 3/4 PVC size, and then you can still put a coupler on there. Alright, we're going to glue her in. Last time I did this I didn't glue it, so it ended up falling apart at the wrong times, but I'm going to glue this one up. So for safety, I'm just gonna glue one of these in right now from the start so I can turn it no matter what. Since all this is glued together, you can just slip in parts now. Alright, and when I was at the store, this is a normal coupling for 3/4, but I found this extended coupling. I'm not sure exactly what it's for, repairs possibly, and it's almost as long as a T. Do something like that, and all that'll be glued together. But this piece, because it's long, I'm gonna have a transducer mounted to it and just be able to slip it on anytime. Something good about doing it like this, with the transducer on here, you can keep it with the wiring in the mobile bag. There's a sticker right where you gotta glue it. But we're probably do something like that. Make sure it's on forward. And this is a Garmin 0-degree mount. That spot down there is set already, but this transducer is adjustable. So as long as we line this line up with this line, we'll be within like 5 degrees. The good thing about a pole like this, you can clamp it anywhere on this pole and still be able to turn the handle on the transducer. I have it in a sea light mount right now, but you can use one of those Amazon bicycle mounts now and clamp it anywhere on this pole and still get free turning motion. Probably a pole like this on a boat, you'd want it 4 to 5 foot long. This one's over 6 foot. And the way I have it mounted is, it's gonna be a 1 1/4 inch handlebar clamp. Just tighten it on. It's really tight onto this PVC. It barely fit. I got a couple threads into there. It's gonna be 1 inch balls with a coupler, and it's gonna be a 1 3/4 inch clamp to get onto a pontoon boat or a dock. I think on a pontoon boat, this setup would work really good. You see, you could be way up there and be down into the water still. All right, so all we're missing off the black box is a transducer and a network cord. The cord says it's coming in today. Try to be real careful with this every time. I really don't want to mess up a pin. And push it down a little bit. Get the pins all set. And then tighten it on. I go straight into the GLS-10. Right into the back of the cradle. It comes in right around 19 inches. Here's a part number. Maybe about 9 foot of cord. All right, hope you got some ideas off this video. That's how I built my portable setup or a mobile setup. See y'all next time. Fishing licenses, dock passes, and that's about it. Hopefully the sensor don't fall out. There's a good amount of fish out there, but I think the bigger fish move in at night. That's always how it's been at this dock.
You can see the smaller ones over the big ones better.